We gonna get into it. It's like I know a lot of folks love coming to California. They love coming out here to these sandy beaches and palm trees. You know, we got a lot of beautiful women, a lot of beautiful women out here, huh? A lot of beautiful women out here. You feel me? You go out to LA. Everybody love, hey, LA, California, hey, huh? Everybody love LA, huh? You go to LA, yeah, I know you get off that LAX, yeah. You feel me? You touch down. You know what I'm saying? You may know a few celebrities, you may be affiliated, whatever. But you got to remember when you take that California vacation, you need to understand the rules and regulations of the land when you come to California, huh? Do you feel? A lot of people come out here and man get the game confused. You know what I'm saying? They get the game confused. It's not just the gang culture, man. It's not just the blocks, different cultures. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. Yeah. You got most of that everywhere. But what you don't have everywhere in the United States compared to California and a few other states, you have to understand the laws to a certain degree out here. Huh? You got to understand, man, when you come out here doing that John Wick, you out here, you got that thing on you, huh? You got that heavy metal on you, huh? Or you may be connected and they get you them extendos, huh? Chopper, chopper this, chopper, chopper that, huh? Man, we had to lay this down, huh? Had to slap that, right? Crack that. Well, hold up, bro. Let me give you a little bit of game, right? When you had that California vacation, whoever you connected to or whoever you not connected to, there is some understanding that need to be understood when you take that California vacation, man. Because unlike Texas, where you can have all type of semi-autos, you can have all type of, heavy artillery. Unlike a lot of southern states, Florida, there's a lot of locations across United States where you can have that chopper, extendo John Wick thing hanging off your hip, bruh. Yeah. But when you come to California, you had that vacation, huh? I know we got them nice palm trees and sandy beaches. Huh? You can drive down the coast, you drop the top. What you cop, man? What you got that Ferrari thing? Yeah. What you cop, man? You in that, you know what I'm saying? You in something with the top drop, you riding through the coast. You feel me? Got you a baddie, you doing your one too. You cooking out here. Yeah. Yeah, that's that California that get you, delusional to a degree. You understand me? You come out here, man. You feel me? You done just left Florida. You just left Texas. You done just left, a lot of them southern states, huh? You come out here with that thing on you, bruh. You feel me? You got the extendo. You got the semi with you. You got whatever. Everything is cool in Cali, man. We got the best trees, out of the United States. I think we one of the top, if not the top, especially in this Bay Area thing. You feel me? That's LA. LA politics a little bit different, but the laws in Cali are similar and pretty much the same. Now, you can come out here with guns, but it need to be regulated, meaning you need to make sure you have the proper documents and certificates or have the right connections. So just in case you get pulled over, you don't have to go down to that precinct. You don't have to go down to that police building, huh? And they hitting you with these numbers out here that time in jail, man. Let alone if you happen to get the plucking at somebody, huh? Telling somebody to dance, dance, huh? Shooting at their feet. I don't know. But when you come to California, you had that Cali vacation. I know the movies make it look good, huh? I know the movies make like, man, I need to move to Cali, which is a beautiful thing because I was born and raised here. I love California. I love United States. I'm a foundational American that been here since day one that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I never fled or fleed, so I love United States, huh? But when you come to California specifically, what I'm talking about, you can't come out here with that extendo, that semi, that John Wick edition, you feel me? Without the proper paperwork and documents and certificates that you need. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You gotta come out here correct, man. You gotta know how to slide out here correct, man. You feel me? I'm not saying it's not around. It's just you gotta know how to carry it around. You know what I'm saying? Because unlike Texas, a lot of other great states, the southern states across this great United States, it's a little bit different out here, man. It's a lot more money in California compared to a lot of them other states. So just with that statement alone should let you know when it comes to recklessness, when it comes to you just coming out here and just thinking you finna just get the dumping on anything and you feel me, you get turned up, you at the bar, you done got lit, you in the VIP, you in the drop, you in that Ferrari thing, you feel like you untouchable, man. You feel like you untouchable until that pull over, please. License registration. See you was swerving a little bit. You don't mind if I search the car? And you forgot you had that John Wick thing just sitting up on you, huh? Now it's a different type of element involved, huh? That's just an example. We gonna get into it, Tory Lanez. Yes, sir. So I'm just saying, you got to have proper etiquette out here, proper connections out here, certain type of affiliation out here. If you feel like you want to be able to do certain movements out here, and even with that, it's no guarantee. You see a lot of celebrities, a lot of big time fixtures getting caught up in certain situations to a degree. So you got to understand when you come to Cali, you love them palm trees, you love these sandy beaches, cruising down the coast. You still got to understand the terms and conditions when you come to California involving the law. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because I hear it all the time, man. You go to Cali, man, they got the best trees, man. I get all my green. You know what I mean? I'm wearing green right now. I get all my green from Cali, man. You know what I'm saying? That West Coast thing, huh? Yeah. Come out here from the, you know what I mean? Come enjoy yourself out here. Yeah. But don't get caught up. Don't let them sandy beaches get to you, man. Don't let them palm trees fool you, man. Don't let that up and down the coast, you taking 80 or 99. Don't let that fool you, man. Because one thing you got to remember, if it's a lot of money out here, that means it's a lot of protection out here. If it's a lot of money out here, certain things that you may get away with in some of our smaller states, financially wise, some of those states will be a little bit more lenient when it comes to certain activities. But when you come to Cali, where California can damn near stand on their own. Outside of United States, they can stand on their own because the type of revenue, the type of technology that's out here. So you think somebody that helped build all this up is just going to let folks just recklessly get to dumping that metal, huh? You really think if you don't have the right connections, the right documents, the right representation, that you won't get checked on that, huh? Because if you didn't know, a gun charge in Cali is not like Texas. It's not like Florida. Now, I know you can get more time in those states, but from what I understand, some of those states, they allow you to carry, open carry, and so on. But when you come to Cali, it's a little bit different, my guy. Especially if you come here with a modified semi weapon, you know what I'm saying? Artillery. Had that extendo thing, huh? So you gotta understand that it's not gonna be that pleasant for you when you catching them charges. Now you add on to them charges. One thing you have, if you have some type of modified weapon on you, on top of that, if you add in the reckless shooting, endangering other individuals, you add that on to the illegal weapon in California, and then do not have any type of record involving violence on top of that. Oh my goodness. Do you feel me? So when you come to California and you want that Cali vacation, you got to understand it's a different type of thing out here. You got to understand they're not going to be so lenient to you out here. And then on top of everything I just mentioned, if you're not a US citizen and you have modified semi-auto weapons, shooting recklessly, and you in California? I mean, just think about that. I mean, let's take, like I said, I'm not directing this to Tory Lanez. I'm just giving you in general. I am speaking. You just compound all that together, everything I mentioned, and then you add in a non-citizenship, and you out here recklessly. Now let's backtrack a little bit, right? Can I go to your country if you from Canada, if you from Mexico, you from Puerto Rico, any parts in the UK, China, and so on? Can I just go out to those countries, those cities, and A, have an illegal weapon, B, have it modified, and C, shooting recklessly, and think I'm gonna just easily get out of those situations? And on top of that, I'm not a citizen of those countries that I just mentioned. So if anybody looking at this Tory Lane case and you say, oh man, he should have got probation, or oh man, he shouldn't have got all this time, really think about what I just said. If you go to another country, you getting access to illegal weapons, especially since you're not a citizen, modified weapons, shooting recklessly. Whether Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion or not, that's not my point of this conversation. It's just the optics of that situation is what I'm talking about. See, it's bigger than that. You have to understand where you're at. I talk a lot about that on my channel. You have to understand the value of you, especially if you in a foreign country, especially if you out here doing reckless things, catching charges, See, I said this on, on one of my older videos. Grown men are back in style. You have to understand. You coming to Cali, you in the United States, the great United States, which I love again, I'll say it. You in this great country of United States, and you are in one of the richest states in United States, which is California. You think you're going to come here and do all that John Wick and you don't have the right qualifications? You don't have the right connections? You don't have the right understanding? Because if you did, you wouldn't be reckless with your gun. And if you had your gun, if it was illegal and modified, you would want to even slow down even more to not even put yourself in a jeopardizing situation, a jail situation on top of what you already dealing with, and you're not even a citizen. Do you feel me? Just saying, bro. This is a California vacation. California conversation, a California vacation, huh? That's what you get out here, huh? When you out here being convicted the way Tory Lanez got convicted, you get to have a permanent vacation in California for a little while. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say a vacation, because not only you get to come here on your personal vacation, we also gonna have you stay on our vacation. So welcome to California, man. I know you loved a lot of other states. You may have loved Texas and they gun laws. This ain't Texas. You may love Florida and you stand in your ground law. This ain't Florida. Huh? And a lot of other the great states in California and United States, excuse me, they are lenient to a degree. But when you come on over here to that West Coast, West Side, when you come over here to that, you know what I'm saying? The WEST side, man. Huh? When you come to that West Side Connection side, huh? You come up to the Bay Area. You come up north to the Bay Area, Oakland, Richmond, Frisco, huh? San Jose. You might want to go to the capital, Sacramento. Yeah. San Jose. You can go all those places when you come to Cali, baby. But you need an understanding of that law if you want to be involved in anything that has that gunplay involved. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure, hey, man, if I just cop this big chopper thing out in Texas, what's the laws of California if I want to go out to Cali real quick? Because, we right next door to Texas. You know what I'm saying? You got Nevada, Texas. We right next door to them guys. But you got to understand when you come on over here, playboy or young lady or whoever you are, you got to understand when you cross that California, that line, man, when you tap into that line, you need to understand what you're dealing with out here. Don't worry about the gangs. Don't worry about the blocks. You come over here with Glocks, they better be certified with the proper paperwork and connections that you need when you slide over to this side, baby. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand when you slide over here, you want to come over to this left coast thing, man. That Bay Area, the LA, Southern Cali. You know what I'm saying? You want to be out in Fresno, but Modesto, huh? You know what I mean? Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? You want to go all the way up to Chico. Okay, that's cool, bruh. Enjoy yourself when you come to Cali. But don't be out here thinking you're going to be able to be like John Wick out here, man. Don't think you finna have those extendo clips, man. Nah, bruh. And if you do, you better make sure you got the proper paperwork involved with that and make sure you get clearance as well. You know what I mean? That's very important when you come out to this great state of California, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't like all that reckless gun violence over here. You know what I'm saying? Especially shooting recklessly. You can protect yourself out here, but don't be reckless with the chopper, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You come to Cali, you got to have a certain type of pedigree about yourself, a certain type of aura about yourself, huh? Yeah, you can talk all you want, but when you bring that metal up over here, man, we're gonna be asking you, hey man, did you get that cleared? You got that cleared through customs, or you got your proper paperwork, you know what I mean? Because some places it's legal for you to carry, but you got to know what county you in. You know what I'm saying? Because each county, each city is different within California. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be prepared for all of that. If you want to come out here and be toting that chopper thing out here, you feel me? Unless you just gonna be out here illegally and risking your time, unless you want to take that vacation out here, then that's different. You want to stay on a permanent vacation out here, we hit you with that 10 piece. Yeah, man, come on down. We hit you with that 10, you looking at 22, but we'll chop that down to 10 for you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you love that chopper talk, right? And you want to shoot recklessly, let alone don't let it be a female. Do you feel? Just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Now to the Tory Lanez situation, the research I have done, you know, they basically, from what I read and what I have seen, is that he had, for one, an unregistered gun in California, and from my understanding, was modified, and he's a non-citizen. He's a non-citizen of United States, right? And then based on what he's convicted of shooting Megan in her feet. Whether you want to believe he did it or somebody else did it, it doesn't matter at this point because he was convicted for it. Now, he will have a chance for appeal. And I hope he get it. But if he doesn't get it, this is the conviction that he has to deal with for the next 10 years. He may get out a little bit earlier. Hey, man, do what you can do. But at the end of the day, what the biggest thing that I'm talking about, the little jokes I'm making early in this video, is not necessarily directed towards Tory Lanez. It's just more so of trying to have you get that understanding when you come out to California. Because it's a different ball game when you come out here compared to a lot of other states. You know what I'm saying? In the United States, it's a lot different out here. Similar to New York. Same thing with New York. You go to New York and California. I'm not, I didn't really read up on New York laws, but they're real stiff as well. So it's just that what you have to understand, that's why I always talk about understanding your surroundings. This is part of that. When you travel abroad, whether you're going to out of the country, you traveling domestically within the country of United States, you still have to understand the laws, especially if you want to conceal weapons and things of that nature. You have to understand what state is allowing this and that and what they're not allowing. Like, that's up to you. Because if the police pull you over, you get searched for whatever reason, you have something illegal that's not allowed in that state that you're in, regardless where you bought it at and how many rounds you was able to get and modify this, modify that. You can't bring that to California. You know what I'm saying? Without going through the proper channels, the proper network, getting the proper clearance. You know what I'm saying? And then let alone don't be a illegal, excuse me, not illegal, but do not be a non-citizen doing that as well. You feel me? Like, you got to really be conscious of that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go out here in real life, when you in real life, man, this is what happens to you. It doesn't matter how many records you sold. It doesn't matter how many people you know. It doesn't matter who wrote letters for you. The law is the law. Now, there are people that can get around certain things, but do you feel that lucky? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can always tell you, oh man, this person got away with this person got away with that. Well, you're not that person, buddy. So unless you have those connections, you need to go through the proper protocol to protect yourself. You know what I mean? Unless you don't mind doing 10 to 22 years in prison. If that's what you like to do, then hey man, more power to you. Go do your thing. But to the rest of us, right, that got something better to do with our time, if I'm that type of individual, I'ma read up or try to find a way to get information before I travel there with things that may be illegal in that state. Because I value myself that much. Well, I can't be out here recklessly. You feel me? I got a lifestyle, I got kids, I got things I need to do with my time, not sitting in cell block 8. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's my point about that, right? Like you gotta really have that understanding, man. You feel me? And it's like with Tory Lanez, I personally feel like that was his biggest mistake. More than a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? The biggest mistake for one is what he's convicted for, you know. Just doing that alone, that's too much, man. And you're not a citizen. Like, really think about that. You know what I mean? I can't go to Canada, man. I can imagine. Canada is so restricted for you to get into right now. So you think I'm gonna go out there? You see what happened to Kodak Black when he went out there? Kodak Black wasn't allowed to buy firearms in Canada or in the United States, and I believe because of his charges or what he was convicted of at that time. For Kodak Black, the rapper, if y'all not sure who I'm talking about, Google it. That's what he was in prison for in Canada because he went out there with his homies and they thought they can get all these extendos or whatever he was buying. And that's how he got caught up and was going to prison for that because of they went over to Canada, from my understanding. You know? So you can't holler that, oh, I didn't know. You can't holler that, bruh. Them people ain't trying to hear that, bruh. They gonna have you up in there in cell block 8 looking up at the sky. You feel me? You know what I mean? They gonna have you looking up at the sky like, hey, bro, this is where you gonna be sitting at. This room right here. You know what I mean? This cement walls and this little small window where you can barely, look out of it. It's probably, you probably got it blurred out so you can't even look out the window. You just get the reflection of the sun through there. Yeah, that's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand your position, man. And understand, man, if you do certain things, if you do certain things, you will be affected. And even though you come out here to California to do a quick vacation, you're gonna be on a permanent vacation for about 10 to 20 years just because it's something that, oh man, I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. I thought I was in Florida. I thought I was in Texas. I thought it was cool. Well, yeah, we're gonna show you the cool out here. Welcome to California. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit you with that cool, man. You're gonna get that cool off period over here. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that nice, good cool off period when you come over to California. You come over here and and you think you finna be just doing what you want to do. Yeah, and you get caught for it, you get jammed up for it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just know, Sean B. Stoll, I tried to tell you, man. You know what I mean? You can't get too comfortable where you start slipping and not understanding where you're at and understand that, hey, man, when you come to Cali, you got to move a certain way. This is that situation. When they tell you when you come to California, you need to move a certain way, this is what they're talking about. This is part of what they're talking about, you know? Because just like you can't go to another country and think just because you from United States, you go to one of the Middle Eastern countries, you know what I'm saying? And think you finna just go over there and talk crazy, especially as a woman. Look at the sassy trucker out there in Dubai. Do your Googles on that. You go down to them other Middle Eastern countries. You gotta understand, man. Don't think you can just go and just do what you want to do. And well, and if you do, understand there are consequences that comes with that. You feel me? It's like I can't just go to Canada and act reckless and think that they won't throw me in jail, or because I got some money, I got some celebrity status, they know me out here. You think they're going to be just, oh, it's going to be easy on me. You know what I'm saying? So don't think you're going to come to California, come to United States, and better yet, come to California, and you think you're going to just be in here just, loosey goosey with the cannon, bruh. No, it's not going to end well for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to end well for you. It's not. And it's like, I don't know how many more people have to experience this to really understand that. Maybe it's the California trees. Maybe when you come out here, you like blowing that kush. You know what I'm saying? You like blowing that green thing. You feel me? We got that good green out here. You feel me? Maybe some of these folks get too high off that, you feel me? Off that Zaza. And you mix that with drinking. You see all these beautiful women out here, from Bay to LA, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. You know what I mean, you see all these beautiful women. You like, oh yeah, Cali, man. This where it at. But you forgot you got the extendo, modified extendo semi in the back seat. Then somebody thought of a great idea and said, "Hey, man, this woman tripping. I'm gonna throw her out the car, and on top of that, I'm gonna tell her to dance, b dance." Do you feel? I'm not saying that's what Tory Lanez did, but that was one of the rumors. But I'm just using this for example, right? I can't stress this enough. You have to understand a few things when you come to California specifically. You can't be out here doing reckless behavior, especially with that metal thing. You feel me? You can't be out here shooting off that metal, popping that, you know what I'm saying? Shooting that metal fragments out all in the air or at the ground. You get caught for that and you think it's just going to be a little pat on the back. No, we got a vacation package for you, bruh. You know how you go, I love going to Vegas, right? You go to Vegas, for a while, especially in the early 2000s, they try to hit you with the little, we got the timeshares for you. You can come out here, you can book these hotels, you can do this and do that. You just pay this monthly fee and you can stay at these hotels, all these locations whenever you want to. So that's what we have for you. We have a timeshare package where we send you on a permanent vacation out here. You feel me? For at least 10 to 22 years, depending on what you did. We may add in a little bit of more time, enhance it if we need to, but we just gonna start you off there. So when you come to Cali and you do all that reckless behavior with them choppers things, you feel me? Them illegal things that we don't really care for over here, and you think you can just shoot recklessly at somebody and think that, okay, we're gonna give you a pat on the back for that, give you a, oh, you okay, we only gonna put you on probation, parole. No, bruh. You're gonna have to sit down and eat that for a while, at least 10 to 22 years. And don't be a foreigner from here. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a non-citizen. We gonna send you back so you can't even come back to the US, man. You feel me? Because you didn't enjoy the vacation stay, so we gonna help you be about your way. Do you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really understand that. So in that Tory Lane situation, right? In the Tory Lane situation, he was convicted for shooting at Megan at her feet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I see all these different people on the internet talking about, oh man, she lying, she lying. Well, that might be true, but he was convicted of it. See, that's the thing. The thing of it is that he was convicted for it. and he just got sentenced for it. So regardless what you think or what you don't know or what you may have heard, what the rumors are, that's not the facts right now. So like I said, he may be able to come back on an appeal. He may be able to fight it and try to lessen the time. Hey man, do what you need to do. But as of today, you looking at that 10 years, man, and boy, and from my understanding, they say in Cali, I didn't check that, but you have to do 80 or 85% of your time. So if he got 10 years, he's been in jail almost a year. So he got to do at least 7. So depending on how you can finesse that, I mean, hey, good luck to you. And, hopefully you can get out on the appeal. But as of now and how it stands, you got to eat that, my friend. And it's another thing, too. This is why I come at a lot of you so-called street code individuals. I'm gonna just start calling y'all street code. To all these folks that say they upholding a certain type of street code and street ethic, right? Right. Why is it such an issue if you consider yourself a street dude or a street individual or a street this or whatever, right? Why is it when you're looking at this time and you say, "Oh, I ain't never snitch. I don't never snitch." Well, this is one of those situations. If you call yourself a street dude and you in this type of situation, Tory Lanez is, you shouldn't be complaining. You shouldn't have to have all these people send all these letters. I mean, now, hey, you do what you do, right? But if it doesn't help you, you just got to do your time, man. Accept your consequences and your behavior in that moment that cost you this time. To me, that's basically what the judge is saying. Hey, man, based on what the evidence that was presented and how it was presented, it shows that you was the one. So if you wasn't the one, you should have said something in court. You should have told your lawyers, "Hey, man, I need to tell them who did this." So if you keeping your mouth closed, you telling me you a street dude. That's how I take it. You a street individual. You don't want to snitch because you're not a civilian. You're not a citizen, but that's a whole different thing, right? In the Tory Lanez situation, I'm talking about Tory Lanez right now. In his case, he didn't take the stand. He didn't admit to who done it. So in my eyes, in my mind, Tory Lanez is a street dude because he holding up that street code, right? Because he's a street code, huh? So do your time, street code. Don't cry. Don't be out here complaining, sending your daddy out here saying, "Oh, my son was convicted. It was Jay-Z. It was a Rock Nation." Nah, don't do none of that, bruh. Hey, Tory Lanez, since you didn't snitch, right? You a street dude. You need to tell your pops you a whole gangster out here, huh? Tell him you a whole gangster, man. What happened to all that energy? See, that's what I'll be saying, man. All y'all dudes, man, that's why I don't respect none of that shit, man. That's some garbage out here, man, for real. Because at least one thing you get from people like me is I tell you what I am. And I stand by that. I am a working, taxpaying citizen in the United States. That's who I am. I'm not no street dude. I'm not the realest nigga. I'm none of that. I'm a man first. Forget all that other street code ethic. None of that. I care less about it. You never catch me out here talking about I'm a whole gangster. I'm holding up some type of fake ass street code. No, bruh. I go to work. I take care of my household. I pay my taxes. You feel me? I'm working on a couple of different streams of income. You know, legally, not illegally, but legally, I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Diversifying my portfolio when it comes to stocks and stuff like that. That's what I'm working on. But you never will hear me make a statement about I'm upholding some type of fake street code. Never. I stand by that and I stand on that. So what's up? You know what I mean? But yet you flip that around to you fake street code dudes, right? Soon as y'all get in a crunch, you know what I'm saying? You get in a pinch, you're looking at 20 years. Now you want to holler, oh, I know who did it now. Why? Why you need to say who did it now? You upholding the code, bruh. So take that L and accept that time. Now, if you can work out an appeal and works out in your favor, hey man, do your thing. But I'm just saying in general, I am speaking. If you want to have a code, you want to stand on the code, then you got to stand when that code is not working for you. Because guess what? If I get fired from my job, I'm not what I'm supposed to do. Just sit and wait around for the next job. No, I'm gonna get active. I'm gonna get out there and figure out the next play. So just because one thing in, that's not over. I'm just not over with for me. And just because it's going bad for me, I'm not finna say, oh, I'm never going to work again. No, I'm not thinking like that. Because whether I work in my own business or I work for somebody, in my mind, I'm always work doing something, whether it's for myself or for others. That's just how I think until I can't do it no more. That's the reality of me. So just how I stand on what I stand on, work wise, corporate wise, why y'all street code individuals don't do the same? That's funny, man. You know what I mean? But you quick to say you know what I'm saying? Somebody is not this, they not that, right? Okay. Some dummy sending your own self on dummy missions. That's what it sounds like to me, bro. You know? But back to Mr. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, regardless what you think about Megan Thee Stallion, regardless how you feel about her, she was injured. And they said it was it was bullet fragments in her foot. You know what I'm saying? So whether he did it or who they said, Kelsey, if Kelsey, her friend, her best friend at the time, or you know, that wasn't proven in court. So maybe on an appeal, they can try to figure out how to, basically start snitching now, because he don't want to uphold no street code no more. You feel me? You seen that time he looking at, So if you working on an appeal, hey man, let's see if he get the snitching now. If he take the stand now, because he took the stand on the sentencing. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if he get the appeal, if he get an opportunity to get the appeal. Let's see if Tory Lanez take the stand now. That's a good question, huh? You know what I mean? Let's see how that works out for him. But until then, this is the reality. The reality is you looking at 10 years right now, Playboy. So ask yourself this: was it really worth it? Was it worth it? And this is where, for men, I have to say this, women too, but to my fellas out there, guys, you have to control your emotions, man. I have done so many videos, countless videos. I'm gonna always do those videos where I talk about learning how to protect your energy and also learning to control your emotions. As a man, you are strong. You have power. Even if you're a short guy, tall guy, fat guy, whatever guy, you still have a man's strength that you can summons up. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. So if you can't control your emotions, this is where you get put in these Tory Lanez situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really understand that, when it comes to situations like this involving Tory Lanez, and also the fact that, He said he was too drunk. He left the Kardashians' house or whatever, and it was in the pool. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, Kelsey, whatever. But at the end of the day, my friend, you are responsible for yourself. That's why I talk a lot about yourself. Aha, this is one of those moments. That's why, let me explain something, right? If I go out to a party, a club, or anything, right? I'm in public. When I go out, because I know I'm not at home, I'm not in the comfort of my home, the protection of my home. If I'm out in public, I'm never going to get too drunk. I'm not going to get too high. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't understand. I don't have control of the environment that I'm in. I don't have control of the individuals I'm with. See, if I'm at home, I can control my environment because I can ask you to leave. I can tell you to leave. I can escort you to my door to get the hell out my property. I can do that. And that's what the Kardashian did. Once Kardashian seen, okay, y'all getting too reckless at my pool party or whatever party it was, y'all gotta go. Cause you see, with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, the bulk of the problem began once they left the Kardashians' house. Because the Kardashians was like, hold up, man. I got security. I see it's getting a little too hood-tastic right now. Y'all got to get up out of here. You feel me? So I'm saying that to say this. When you out in public, to my young folks out there, I know y'all like to be off that za. You like doing this and doing that, drinking this and drinking that, but you got to understand, you got to have people around you, for one, that's not drinking and smoking, to be the level-headed person or a group of people around you to protect you if you want to get that intoxicated or that loaded or whatever, right? Or you have to be like me. I'm the type, like I said, if I'm out in public, I go to a party, I'm around, I'm not in the comfort of my home or my loved one's place. I don't get too messed up because of these type of situations. Because if this is true, what Tory Lane say, he got a drinking problem, you know, and it led to him not being able to control himself when he got into an argument with Megan Thee Stallion, or they had some type of scuffle, whatever it was. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we seen what was said to us in court what ultimately happened. So it all goes back to you controlling your emotions. And if you can't control your drinking, you can't control your smoking, you need to have real people around you that's not engaging in those activities to help protect you. You feel me? You gotta have that. Or you take accountability for yourself and say, you know what? I know I'm not in the comfort of my home. So let me not get too drunk. Let me not take all these shots. Let me not smoke all these trees. And on top of all that, especially for me being a black man dealing with black women, some of y'all black women, I know how y'all get. I'm talking about from my experience. You can be out with a one black woman, you know what I'm saying? That's what I have dealt with. I'm talking from my experience right now. You feel me? They get loaded, they start talking reckless to you, or you know what I mean, just getting a little bit too, too flirtive, getting too flirty and all that, and you need to check them. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to get aggressive with you. See, I'm the type where, like I just said, I go when we go out in public, I'm not getting too drunk. I'm not getting too loaded. I have to keep myself at a certain level type head, because I don't know, I'm not 100% sure about the surroundings, because like I said, I'm not in the comfort of my home or my loved one's house where I just feel that much comfortable, right? So if we out in public, I'm always on edge to a degree. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because I'm serious about my life. You feel me? I don't, with the grace of God and the wisdom He gives me, I try to stay on point as much as I can, especially if I'm out in public. You feel me? So I'm never gonna be too drunk. We can be at a club all night long. I'm gonna sip on something, but I'm not gonna get ripped. I'm not gonna get so toe up where I'm just sloppy all over the place. Nah, bruh. I gotta stay on point. I gotta see what's going on. So let this be a major lesson to any young person that's a fan of Tory Lanez, a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, or whoever. You have to understand, man, when you out in public, you out at these festivities, you enjoying yourself, you still have to have control of yourself because you may get into an argument with somebody that's too drunk, that's too loaded, that's too whatever. And because they don't have that understanding because their brain, they functions is kind of off because of their intoxication. Somebody has to be the level head. Somebody has to be the middle, kind of like, you know what I mean? The person in the middle where, okay, I got a little buzz, but I'm cool. I can handle myself. And I still have control of my emotion. I'm not too sloppy. I'm not too aggressive. I'm still just, you feel me? Right where I need to be. So I make sure I do that. Me personally, when I'm out in public, I do that really to make sure my emotions is in check. Because we all know if you ever been around drinking people who drink a lot, some people get aggressive. And if you drunk, you getting aggressive, it's just going to end horribly. So I learned at a very young age. If I'm out the club, I'm out kicking it, for your VIP section, I'm not gonna get too ripped. I'm not gonna get too drunk. None of that. I'll sip a little bit, but I'm not really drinking because, like I said, I got to make sure I'm on point, and whoever I'm with, I want to make sure I'm able to protect them to the best of my ability. You feel me? And based on what Tory Lanez was saying all this time, is that he gets too drunk and then I'll tell you this too, bruh, that recording that he made, that he talked to when he talked to Kelsey and he left that voicemail for Megan Thee Stallion, bruh. Yeah, you could say he didn't admit to anything, but it did not help him. I can pretty sure those phone call messages he left and that conversation he had with Kelsey, I'm pretty sure it did not help Tory Lanez at all, bruh. It made him look even worse, in my opinion. You feel me? I'm telling you, man. I heard that audio. I was like, what the? Bruh, that audio of Tory Lanez, it sounded horrible, man. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. See, YouTube, man. I don't want to mess around with YouTube, man. I don't want no copyright strikes, YouTube. But I'm trying to tell you, man, it's ridiculous. It really is. Yeah, I ain't gonna play it but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm putting in my community section when I find that video, and I mean the audio for the Tory Lanez. I'm gonna put it in my community section if I can find it. But YouTube, they ain't playing with these copyright strikes. I ain't trying to get no strikes on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? But you have to control your emotions. You have to. Because look at this Tory Lanez. Let this be a learning lesson for those who are fan of either him or Megan Thee Stallion, either one. Let this really truly be a lesson learned for you because look at what the core of this was. They had some type of argument or uh, situation at the Kardashians' home. Then they got told to leave. From my understanding, what Kelsey was saying, I seen a little interview she did a while back. So they was asked to leave. They end up leaving in the same car, and it just escalated after that. And I guarantee you, in my opinion, the liquor, I'm pretty sure if they was smoking, it had something to do with that escalating to the level that it did. Now, don't get me wrong. Tory Lanez he's still completely in the wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because if it's true, right? Even if he did not shoot that gun, right? Even if Tory Lanez did not shoot the gun, where did it come from? You feel me? Where did the gun come from? Right? And then on top of that, Tory Lanez, you're not even a citizen of the United States. See, I said this in my video almost a year ago. You know, he's not even a citizen. So a lot of the laws and the rules and regulations in the United States and in California, they're really not working in his favor because he's a non-citizen. See, I've been saying this, but y'all ain't feeling me though. But you will though. He's a non-citizen. So what do any country want to do is protect their citizens. Let's keep it real. I've been to Cancun a few times. When you go to Cancun, if you ever just Google what the laws is out there, you really don't have a law. You don't have a law to protect you as a non-citizen of Mexico, being American in Mexico from United States. The laws do not protect you when you go to Mexico. It protects their own citizens. So you flip that to United States. Come on now, listen to what I'm saying. Nobody really talk about this, but this is the game for me. This is what really killed off Tory Lanez in this case. Everybody keep talking about, oh, he shouldn't get this much time, but nobody took in consideration that he's a non-citizen. A lot of the rules and laws do not protect non-citizens in the United States, just like every other country don't protect non-citizens as they do their own. That's just how it is. That's how it's set up. So with Megan Thee Stallion being a foundational American, Tory Lanez is non-American. He's from Canada. And then you out here recklessly with not only you have a gun that's not registered in California, not only that it's a gun, it's a modified semi-auto weapon gun in California. Can't stress that enough. And then on top of that, you shooting a gun based on what you charged on recklessly at Megan Thee Stallion, a foundational American and a non-American. So who is going to get the benefit? Who's going to get that edge? Like, who I believe more than the other? Well, I'm gonna go with my citizen over a non-citizen first, right? Because, like I keep saying, you go to Mexico, who they're going to believe, who they're going to protect more than the other? The person that's a citizen of their country first. See, I'm trying to give you all the sauce, man. Feel me? Trying to give you the game, in my opinion. And I think that's what really hurt Tory Lanez. Because you don't get the same laws, you don't get the same protection as a non-citizen. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt as being a non-citizen. Because for one, you don't pay all the right taxes out here, right? Let's be real, right? Well, this is United States. Let's keep it all the way funky, all the way 1,000 wow. You're not a citizen. So that means majority of your taxes you pay, I'm pretty sure goes back to Canada, right? You may have property out here, yeah, but you're still not an American. So you get a little discount out here. But because you get a discount, it's because you're a non-American. But you out here doing reckless things, non-citizen, and then it's a woman involved. Come on, man. What you think finna happen to you? See, everybody want to talk about, oh, he didn't do it, he didn't do it. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people I've seen on different social media platforms have said, oh man, she lying. Well, she could be lying. But who's going to get the benefit of the doubt in this situation? A non-citizen or a U.S. citizen? I'll wait. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And regardless if he shot the gun or not, he's a non-citizen. He didn't come out and say who shot it. He didn't take the stand. So who you think they're going to believe? Yeah, Kelsey, Megan Thee Stallion, best friend at the time, could have done it. I don't know. But he didn't say it. He's upholding some type of street code, right? Because that's basically what it boils down to. Because if you're a citizen, if you're a civilian, you have no problem saying who shot the gun. If you you know what I'm saying? If you're a citizen, you're a non-street dude, you're not claiming no street code, why wouldn't you not snitch? Let's get to the real gist of this, right? You think these corporate entities don't know the fundamentals of certain gang activity or certain street activity? You think they haven't convicted people that was involved with street etiquette? Come on now. You really think these folks is that naive with all this technology out here? Like, really think about that. I'm like, man, come on, man. Y'all want the real conversation or you don't? Let's keep it all the way 1,000. You really think these people in these corporate offices, you think these law offices don't know some type of street code or ethic or mannerisms dealing with certain individuals? So you got this guy who's a celebrity, an entertainer, a rapper, having an unregistered, modified gun, and then you won't take the stand. You're not saying who actually shot the gun. So to them, they could be thinking you some type of street dude, right? That's basically how they treat you. And then on top of that, right? On top of that, you add in the fact that you're not being remorseful until the very end on sentencing day. You want to get on the stand and say this, say that, have all these people write letters. Hey, do what you do. But at the end of the day, when you were on trial before you got charged, when you were in the process of getting charged, you didn't take the stand for whatever reason. Your lawyer told you, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is the path you chose. Because you didn't want to snitch. You didn't want to say who it was then, right? He probably will now. I bet if he get a retrial, I bet he's taking the stand. I bet Tory Lanez is taking the stand if he get a retrial. And guess what he's going to say, huh? I guess all that street code going to go out the window then, right? So I don't respect none of you street niggas, man. You feel me? That's what street code for what? All y'all gonna do is get the snitching anyway eventually. You get enough time. You know what I mean? Get enough time. You can say, oh man, the prison ain't built for people. Well, people getting killed for reckless reasons, they shouldn't get killed either, right? You feel me? Like people shouldn't be getting injured out here for just going to the grocery store and buying some bread. Those people should get get shot in the leg or lose their parents. Because somebody was reckless with the Thule? Come on, man. It's a lot of things we can say. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Tory Lanez, he didn't admit who shot the gun in the case. Now he's looking at the time, and now you probably want to appeal. Well, he snitched then. So all that shotta talk that he was doing on them records don't mean nothing now, right? I'm just saying, though. Don't get mad at the messenger, but did you get the message, huh? And you new to my channel, just know my name is Sean B. Stoller. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration, huh? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But I gotta say this, right? I'm not sure if Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion, but at the end of the day, he was convicted for it. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you feel about the situation, no matter how you feel about Megan or Tory, at the end of the day, he went to trial and he was convicted. This is the reality of that situation. So let this be a learning curve for those who think that This is a lifestyle they want to uphold. They want to continue, doing what they feel. Oh, okay, I can just do this and go to California. And like I said earlier in the video, you come to California, you need to understand the terms and conditions out here, man. You feel me? Because we're not Texas. This is not Florida. This is not Alabama. No. You come to California, you need to understand if you want to bring choppers to California, them gun things, you want to bring that to California, you need to get the understanding of the laws out here first, man. You feel me? Because you can go to Texas, I got folks in Texas. You can go to Texas and get all type of heavy artillery, but you better not cross that California state line without the proper, you know what I'm saying, paperwork, the proper, qualifications or the connections. You need to have all that corrected in the correct order. You feel me? Because when you come to California and you don't have the proper paperwork, the proper connections, the proper understanding, you will be on a permanent vacation looking at 10 to 20 years out here. You know what I mean? So you got to really understand that. And then don't add in reckless shooting in California. You come to Cali and you do some reckless shooting out here, bruh. And don't be a non-citizen. Come on, man. Do I really got to keep explaining this way? I'm going to keep breaking it down because I need folks to really understand what I just said. If you come to California where the gun laws are very stiff, you come here with modified John Wick material, John Wick guns with extendos, huh? And you a non-citizen and you out here shooting recklessly and you really think you finna get probation? You really think you're gonna get home arrest? Nah, bruh. We about to sit you down. We got a nice, comfortable cell for you. We got that one-ply toilet paper. You feel me? And you may get a bunk bed set. You feel me? You know what I mean? You're going to see a 30-year-old and a 50-year-old sleeping on bunk beds together. You feel me? That's where you're going to be living at. Then we're going to have this little, hole with a little, a toilet sitting on top of there where you can use it and do what you need to do on that, man. Yeah. We got that for you. We're going to call that a permanent Cali vacation. And we giving 10 to 20 for you. 10 to 20 years. So you choose what you want to do, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about this, right? I'm joking and I'm serious at the same time. You have to understand when you come to California, one thing I can tell you, I'm born and raised here. The Bay Area, Oakland area, Richmond to be Pacific, right? In California, well, this is one of the most expensive states, and the reason why it's so expensive to stay out here is that's because we make a lot of money out here. It's a lot of product that moves in California, within California, let alone outside, import, export. So because there's so much money involved, what does that mean? That means that the people that's here, they have a lot. For the most part. You know what I mean? If you're doing well for yourself, you're able to buy things. Now, if you're a millionaire, come on now. It's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So you achieve all these things in Cali, and you think you finna just walk in and just take it? You think you just walk in and be reckless with that chopper thing and think that there's no real get back? Forget the street etiquette. Well, I'm not even talking about streets. I'm talking about the police. I'm talking about the law system. You think you finna come over here and just talk reckless and do reckless behaviors, you know what I'm saying, with that metal thing and think they not finna sit your ass down. You got another thing coming, bruh. It's not gonna happen. It's too much money involved out here. California can stand on they don't even have to be a part of the United States, and California can stand on its own out here. You know what I'm saying? At one point, they was talking about separating Northern California and Southern California because we was making that much money in California. That's why it's so expensive out here compared to your other states, huh? So with all that money running through here, you think they just gonna make it easy for you? If you want to come over and do some activity, criminal activity, come on, bruh. Don't get it, man. You don't get it. For the ones that's really successful out here in Cali, that's why people come out here and be like, man, rent's so high. So just imagine a person that's making it out here is making six figures easily out here. You feel me? So I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. What great, you know what I'm saying? When much is given, much responsibility is required on your part. You feel me? And that's why I say, you have to understand yourself, have a respect for yourself, understand your value of yourself. This is why I say all that, because when you come out here and you think you can just be reckless and you think it's no consequences because you just left Texas, you just left Florida, and you can have chopper chopper all day. They have extendo John Wicks all day, but you cross that California line, right? That borderline. Just understand what that comes with. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? You know, that's the thing that most folks really don't pay attention to, and they just be like, "Oh, Cali, they be tripping, they too liberal," because there's so much money involved out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that's moving out here. In the Bay Area where I'm at, it's oh man, forget about it. You either gonna barbecue or mildew out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And watching a guy, you listening to a person that really lived his life. Like I'm really out here working and handling my business. I live a decent lifestyle. I'm not rich, but I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't stay in my mama's house. I'm not in my grandma's basement. You feel me? You know what I mean? But I just can't stress that enough, man. Whether it's California or any other state, before you travel domestically or abroad, you want to have an understanding of the laws and being a citizen and a non-citizen, what type of protection you have. You know what I'm saying? And just like this Tory Lane situation, a lot of the things that I was watching and people was talking about, they kept forgetting one important element to all of this. He's a non-citizen. Just saying though. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at the messenger, but did you get the message? Do you feel? You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's a cold game out here, man. And it's only cold if you don't have that understanding, though. You feel me? You know, like they say to check in. You hear people about saying when you come to Cali, check in. I agree to it to a degree. I'm not saying for extortion purposes or nothing like that. It's for the fact that if you go into an area you're not familiar with, it's good to have a California tour guide, a person or a group of people that can help you navigate through the city. Or, hey man, I'm coming out here. I got this. Is this illegal? That's illegal. You know what I mean? Some folks can help you with that because some of the guns you can have out here that the other states may have, but you have to get the right qualifications for it. You know what I mean? You can actually carry in certain counties in California, but you have to know which ones. And you have to have the right documents for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important when you come to California, just remember this. There's money everywhere. And everybody want to protect themselves and their product, huh? You know what I mean? So you got to remember that, you know? And it's like on top of all that, a lot of all of this could have been avoided if Tory Lanez could have controlled his emotions. He could have controlled all of this if he would have controlled his emotions. Even if, let's say, Megan Thee Stallion in that car was hitting on him, he should have either just got out the vehicle, or B, try to diffuse the situation as opposed to letting it escalate. Because unless she had the gun and was trying to shoot him, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like Tory Lanez should have found a way to diffuse the situation or get out the car. Me personally, I would have just got out the car. I would have been like, hey man, try to stop this car right now. I ain't even telling her to get out. I'ma get out. You feel me? I'd rather get out, walk, call Uber, or whatever. But I'm not putting myself in no further danger than what I'm already doing, even if she was hitting on me. You feel me? See, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. A woman, yeah, I'm not, if I do put my hands on her, it won't be a gun I'm shooting on her, especially in California. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand the laws out here. You can't just, this ain't a stand your ground state. So you can't just, somebody talk crazy to you. You can't just pull out a gun and shoot. No, it's certain protocols that have to be done, but you can still protect yourself. But shooting a gun recklessly, no. So in that situation, what I have done, I would have got out the car and I would have either waited for them to drop Megan Thee Stallion, her peoples off, come back and pick me up, or I would have called somebody else, called Uber, whoever, Lyft, it doesn't matter. Somebody would have came and got me and took me back to wherever I needed to go. But once it escalated and started getting physical, I would have got out the vehicle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you worth all that money. What did I say? Understand your value and understand yourself. When she started hitting on me, hey, I understand myself to a degree. If you hit me one too many times, I know I'm gonna react. So before I do that, let me get myself out of the situation. Understanding yourself. That's what that means, huh? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I know, my 40 plus years on this earth, I know after a certain point, I'm going to react negatively. So before I get there, I'm going to excuse myself out of the situation. And you can call me a punk. You can call me a sucker. Oh, he ain't a real nigga. You can call me all that. But guess what? I'm going home tonight. I'm not finna be in cell block 8. I'm not finna be, you know what I'm saying, trying to clean, wipe my bunk bed down. I'm not gonna do none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on a box of oodles and noodles. You feel me? With some porno flicks in there. No, I'm not waiting on none of that. You know what I'm about to do? I'm finna get out this vehicle. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna wait for you to come back and pick me up. And you can call me any name out of the book. But what you won't call me is cell block 8. Do you? Phil? You know what I'm saying? That's what understanding your value mean. That's what it's about. I know I'm worth way too much for me to look at 10 to 22 years in prison for a disagreement. Even if you slap me, I'm not finna pull out no gun. I might slap you back, but I'm not gonna shoot at you. You feel me? That's a whole lot different. That charge is not 10 to 20 years. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's not on 10, but when you add in your emotions, right? You add in substance to that. Drinking substance, what you say you drink a lot. You add in them other negative elements to an emotional situation, and this is what you get. Huh? So really think about that. You know what I mean? And that's why I say you have to control your emotions, especially my fellas, man. Because women are naturally emotional. It's not a knock to a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to bash women. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying a guy is meant in general, I am speaking, a guy is to have that stern back in the sense of, no, I'm not doing it. What he saying? What he saying? Bad in Boys in the Hood. Hey man, let me out the car, man. Doughboy, let me out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be stern, man, and accept the fact that Some people just won't respect you for your movements, but guess what? You the one that got to live with yourself. You the one that gotta live with them results. When you sitting in cell block 8, that's what I call prison. When you sitting in cell block 8, are you gonna still be looking at it as, man, I did this for the crew, for missing my kids' birthdays, for not being there while my grandmother passed. And 9 times out of 10, your homies is smashing your girl. So while all that's happening, you in cell block 8 for what? I don't get it, man. You know? So really think about that, man. You know? You new to my channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Sean B. Stoller, if you didn't know. It's like we all have our obstacles, we all have our vices, but what you can control is yourself. You can control on how you react. That's really all you have. You can't control nobody else. Let's be honest. No matter if you're married, you've been in a relationship, you've been with your family, at some point in time, not everybody is going to do everything you want them to do. Not everybody's going to respond the way you want them to. But you know what you can control? Your actions, your response, your energy, your emotion. You know? So what do you choose? You know what I mean? So that's my opinion about it. I think that whether Tory Lanez did it or not, in my opinion, he let his emotions get the best of him. And look what it cost him. And to my fellas out there, that's why I always talk about protecting your energy. You know what I'm saying? Controlling your emotions, not to be too emotional. Because look how much it costs you. When I say I'm the realest individual in the room, it's because of this statement right here. I'm not going to allow somebody just easily get me rattled up, get me riled up. You feel me? That's not going to happen. It's only a couple of things I call kryptonite, that for you to get me to react a certain way. I'm not going to tell you that. It's like Superman. I'm not going to tell you what my kryptonite is. It's just it happens, right? You feel me? But to anybody watching this, no matter who you are, the more you can control yourself, watch how more success you have in your life. Watch how you handle and avoid certain situations in your life. Because ultimately, that's the only thing you can truly control. You feel me? So please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. You can share it. It's cool. And drop something in that super chat. If you watch this on the playback and the super thanks, support the channel. You know what I mean? I am Sean B. Stoller. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration, huh? I want to thank y'all for watching this live. Whether you've been a subscriber for a long time, since I started this channel, or you're new, I appreciate you, and anybody in between. You know, if you're not gamed up, go back and watch a lot of my other videos. Hit that live tab. I have a gang of videos there. On my video tab, I have a lot there. My shorts is a whole different world. So Please enjoy my channel. Check out a lot of different things I bring to you. And I appreciate anybody watching this live, and continue watching me. I am Sean B. Stoller. Until next time, peace.